the things I was most struck by in your special is this estimate that 40% of marijuana sales in Colorado are still in the illegal market.
Yeah.
Why is there still an illegal market for marijuana?
It's cheaper.
So it's mostly about avoiding the tax?
Market forces at work. You know, some of it may be vestiges of bad old days, but there are a lot of people now who you can grow your own marijuana. If any person can have 6 plants of their own. If you have a medical card, you can grow more plants. Depending on the level of disability, you can have even more plants. We met people who have serious disabilities. They're selling their surplus, and they sell it over Craigslist. It's really easy to find.
See, I wonder about the inverse, about how the legal market is able to compete with an illegal market that is able to undercut them on prices and do things like bring it to your house, right? Which the legal market, to my understanding, is not yet doing.
And then the other hand, you have this very legal market, and the stuff there's serious quality control there. You know exactly what you're getting. You know exactly who you're getting it from. So you don't have to worry about subterfuge. Is this guy going to hit me over the head?
But you got to be seen getting it here versus over here. You get it privately.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, part of that is also the stigma. And as this legalization becomes more and more part of normal life, so to speak. Sorry. That's the stigma. It's interesting because as I've been out there so much this year, some of the people who are just absolutely crazed, opposed to it, are softening up a little bit.
On this, we're joined by Michael Elliott, Executive Director of the Marijuana Medical Industry Group, live from Denver, Colorado. Welcome, sir, to this shortage that we've been talking about earlier, about the long lines and people lining out the door because the demand is so strong. Ultimately, I assume economics will take care of this, right?
Yeah, we think so. You know, this is an issue. There is a supply issue right now, and it's actually part of what makes this program so good, even though this is a short-term problem. But people should know that, you know, there's a shortage right now because, you know, the businesses actually have to grow most of what they're selling. And it's our way of really locking out the black market so that people know that what they're getting here is marijuana that's been grown in licensed businesses with owners that have had background checks, that have been funded with money that is clean, that is also passed through background investigations. And, you know, we've had public hearings along with inspections for, you know, from the fire department, and all these new regulations on packaging, labeling, testing. We have a new seed to sale tracking program. So it's a very cumbersome process, which is why it's not happening as fast as a lot of people would like. But people should know that this is it's a very strong program. We think we've built a program that has strong roots.
And in fairness, these are the early days. But in my notes that I've got here, a lot of this business is all cash. Explain to our viewers, first of all, why it's only cash and what implications does that have to the industry overall?
We have about 500 pages of marijuana law now in the state of Colorado. It's a lot. But banking is the issue that we haven't really been able to solve here in the state of Colorado. We see this as being a states' rights issue, that we're firmly rooted in the 10th Amendment of the United States Constitution, and that we're being a laboratory of democracy. But this is one of those issues where really it's the forces outside of Colorado that have been disrupting the banking relationships here. And it's causing two major issues. One, it's a public safety issue because a lot of businesses are forced to deal with a lot of cash. And then second, it's an accountability issue because, you know, we have extremely high taxes to pay, that we've actually embraced the higher taxes. But, you know, cash-only businesses are not known for paying all of their taxes. So we'd like to see this issue addressed, and really the governor's on board with it. The Denver City Council is, many in the state legislature are, and it's really time to fix this before somebody gets killed.